you doing? Everything's good.
Hello and welcome. My name is Kimmy Upton. Today I'm going to speak to you about the importance of seizing opportunity. If you are listening to this, you can be sure of one thing and one thing only, and that is you have this moment. You are not guaranteed the next moment, and the moment before is gone. How many of you have been more devastated by the loss of a loved one because of regrets? Regrets such as, I should have called him more often. I should have spent more time with them. I should have simply just shown and told them how much I love them. Or simply that you needed to apologize for a hurtful word or a hurtful deed. The people in your life, your grandparents, parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, children, spouses, and friends, help mold the person you are today. You are the person you are today because of your life's lessons, your both good and bad, your life's experiences, both good and bad. And the people I just mentioned contributed to your life's lessons and experiences, either by advising you or just simply holding your heart in their hand when you needed support. Well, I want to tell you my story, and in doing so, you will learn why I am so emphatic about this, why it means so much to me. My father and I had not spoken in 3 years, maybe a little over, and it was due to sheer stubbornness. And on Christmas Eve in 1995, I got a phone call from my brother telling me he was taking Daddy to Shands Hospital in Gainesville, Florida. My dad was in congestive heart failure and needed a new heart valve. I didn't even know he was sick. I mean, how terribly sad is that? That I did not even know my father was sick. Well, Christmas morning, I made the 2-hour drive to Gainesville to see Daddy. When I walked into his room, I didn't even recognize him. If it weren't for his familiar gestures, he used to always run his fingers through his hair, I would not have known it was him. He had lost over 100 pounds and looked 20 years older than his 64 years. Well, I made that drive every other day for almost 6 weeks. Sometimes Daddy and I would talk, and sometimes we would sit in silence. Daddy had been very hurtful to me throughout my life. Needless to say, I can promise you, I did not feel like I was his favorite. Well, during one of our talks, I asked Daddy why he had been so hurtful to me. And he responded by saying, "Well, sugar, I didn't know I hurt you." I found that implausible. I mean, how could someone who had cut you to the quick not know that they had hurt you? I gave that some thought, and I guess Daddy just didn't think of me as a human being with all the emotions that entails. I guess he just thought of me as his child. Well, as I said, our rift was over sheer stubbornness. And Daddy took out his big eraser and had just rubbed me out of his life. I'd seen him use that eraser before on other people. Well, one day during our talks, again, I said, well, Daddy, why did you say the things that you said to me? He said, well, I didn't know they would hurt you. Still found it implausible. But I cannot stress enough to you how much those hospitals visits meant to me and to Daddy. We healed the wounds. Daddy died February 9th, 1996. If we had not had those times together, he would have died with me believing he had never loved me. But instead he was able to leave this world with the peace of knowing I loved him and he knew I knew he loved me. When you find yourself in a moment where you have the opportunity to express kindness or appreciation or love, take it. Don't wait. Take it. Seize it. Seize it in that moment. Because that moment will be past and the opportunity will be lost. Do not wait until a person you love is on their deathbed to tell them how much they meant to you. But make the effort. I know it's easier said than done, but make the effort to do it while they're still vital. There is a strength that comes from knowing you are loved. You walk through your day with the confidence that you are not alone. That knowledge can get you through almost anything. Almost anything. It can get you through a job interview. It can get you through a medical test. It can get you through a horrific diagnosis. It can get you through a stressful confrontation. And it can also get you through a speech. Because you know when it's all said and done, what's most important is waiting for you on the other side of that experience. And that's your real life and the people that you love. Everyone should feel comforted in the knowledge they are needed and they are loved. So please, please don't let another opportune moment escape you. Put a smile on your grandma's face today. Pick up the phone, get in the car, go see her. If it's not your grandmother, it's your father, your sister, your brother, or whoever. Put a smile on somebody's face. Give them the confidence that they know they are loved. Show the people that are important to you every chance you get that they are needed and loved. You do not know if this will be your last opportunity to do that. There is one absolute that I know. I know I don't want anyone to have to guess about how I feel about them. But more importantly, I don't want to live or die, especially on my deathbed, laying there with regrets of what I should have done to make somebody else's life better, to let someone know how much they meant to me. The dear ones in my life are the very most important part of my life, as they should be yours. It is this moment and this moment alone that you have. Take it, seize it, call, visit, tell them you love them. Thank you for coming.